morning, everybody. My name is Allie, also known as the Freckled Yogi, and today I'm going to be leading us through a class that I teach at Luna Yoga Frederick, and the class is called Sunrise Fitness Flow. It's perfect to do to start your day, get everything going, get your body nice and loose and strong. If you were to compare it to a regular class, I'd say it's most close to like an active vinyasa flow. I will be offering some modifications throughout, but just remember that if you are a beginner and I'm moving through some variations that are a little advanced for your current practice level, feel free to modify anything. You know your body best, and feel free to kick things up a little bit if you feel like you need an extra little oomph in there. So let's go ahead and get started. And we'll begin in a tabletop position on our mat. Find your hands stacked directly beneath of your shoulders, your knees beneath of your hips, and begin to pull your belly button into the back of your body. Creating as much space between the fingertips, you're going to begin to shift your weight forwards and backwards, bringing a little bit of movement into the wrists. Notice your breath making its way down to your belly. Really feel yourself pressing the tips of your fingers down into the earth. Begin to find stillness. And go ahead and turn your fingers to the edges or the sides of your mat and begin to shift your weight left and right. If you need more intensity here, feel free to bring the heels of your hands a little closer together at the center of your mat. Keep a soft bend in your elbows just to make sure you're not hyperextending. Find stillness once again, and turn the fingertips all the way back to point towards the knees. Feel free to take this one hand at a time if you need. And continue to carry your breath all the way down to your belly. Go ahead and flip your hands over so the fingers are still pointing to your knees, but the palms are now face up. Create as much space between the fingers as possible. One more big breath in. And exhale, bring those fingertips all the way back to the top of your mat. And you're going to paw through your hands just a little bit like a cat does with a blanket, rolling through the entire palm. And find stillness. As you take your next inhale, allow your belly to drop towards the earth and lift your gaze all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, round through the back body, bringing your chin into your chest, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, belly drops down, gaze lifts up. Exhale, round through the back of the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly down, gaze lifts. Exhale, rounding through the spine. One more of each. Inhale, belly comes down, gaze comes up to the sky. And exhale, curl through the back of your spine, chin into your chest. Return to your neutral spine. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle side to side. And find some stillness. Shift your weight into the left palm. And go ahead and take your right hand, place it right at the base of your head. Bring that right elbow all the way down towards the mat. And lift the right elbow up to the sky, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest. Lead with the elbow back down to the mat. And lift it up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lower. And lift. Two more, lower. Lift, and last one, elbow comes down, and elbow lifts up. Bring the right hand back onto your mat, shift the weight into the right palm, left hand comes behind the head. Drop the left elbow down to the mat, And lift it up to the sky. Lower the elbow down and lift. Lower. Lift, squeeze the shoulder blades back. 2 more. Lower. Lift. And last one, lower. And lift. Place the left hand down onto your mat. Call those hands out. Make sure the toes are untucked. And press your hips back towards your heels. Letting your arms walk forward for a child's pose. Allow your forehead to rest on the mat. Feel your hips melting to the wall behind you. Allowing your awareness to fall to the space in your belly. Really allowing the belly to fill with air with every breath in. And pull the belly button into the back of your spine as you breathe out. Begin to lift your arms up off the earth, bringing the hands so that just the tips of the fingers are pressing into your mat. Go ahead and walk those hands off to the right side. Push that left hip back. Breathe into your left side body. Keep the gaze down at the ground beneath you. Breathing through the left rib cage. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, walk your hands back to center. Inhale here. And exhale, take those hands off to the left side of the mat. Allowing the right hip to push back. See if you can wiggle those right fingertips a little further out. Feel the space growing between the ribs as you take a nice big inhale. And feel the entire torso relaxing as you exhale and breathe out. One more big breath in. And exhale, bring those hands back to center on the mat. Inhale, slowly roll on up, keeping the fingertips on the earth. And exhale, lower down onto your palms, finding your way back to your tabletop position with the knees directly beneath of the hips and the hands directly beneath of the shoulders. Begin to tuck the toes under. Push the hips back towards your heels. Press your hands down into the mat, allowing you to lift the knees up and off the earth. And begin to reach your hips all the way up and back. Feel free to pedal the knees, wiggle the hips or the feet. Do whatever you need so you can feel a little bit more comfortable here. Allowing the hips to lift all the way up to the sky. Breathing through the space in the back of your spine. Creating even more length with each inhale. And grounding with each exhale. As you inhale, begin to shift your weight forward to a high plank. Now you're welcome here and for the remainder of the class, anytime we do a chaturanga lower, feel free to drop your knees onto the mat, hug the elbows into your sides, and lower the chest so that the elbows make a 90-degree angle. Then begin to lift the chest up to the sky, squeeze the shoulder blades back, press the tops of your feet down into your mat, and reach the hips all the way up and back, down dog. Again, inhale, shift the weight forward. Don't forget you can take the modification. Exhale, bending at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, hips up and back. Begin to shift the weight into the hands as you tiptoe your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Find a soft bend at the knees. Allow the torso to hang heavy. And grab opposite elbows. Maybe feel free to sway, left and right a little bit. or just enjoy the stillness. Begin to press your hands into your shins, reach the crown of your head forward, finding a nice flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. And exhale, couple shoulder rolls back. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Begin to sink your hips back like you're sitting down into a chair. Tuck the tailbone under, look down, make sure that you can still see your toes. Engage the glutes, giving you just a little bit of a lift. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Allow your breath to make its way all the way down to your belly. If you feel like you could be here all day long, sink the hips a little lower. Continue breathing all the way down to the bottom of the belly, allowing the diaphragm to get involved with your breath. And bring the hands back to heart center. Begin to shift your weight into the left foot. Step the right leg back. Wiggle those right toes back and spiral the right heel down onto your mat so that the pinky toe side is parallel with the back of the mat. Find a strong bend in the front leg. Knee directly over the ankle. Tuck the tailbone under and bring the arms out to shoulder height. Continue to press the front knee to the left. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower left forearm onto left thigh. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Continue breathing down to your belly. One more big breath in. And exhale, lifting back up to your warrior two. Another inhale here. And exhale, begin to reach forward and reach the left arm all the way up and back, allowing the right arm to rest on the thigh, the hip, or behind the back. Let your breath make its way down through the lungs. One more big breath in. And exhale back to your warrior two. Tuck that tailbone under. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower left forearm, reach right arm up. Ground into the pinky toe sides of both feet. One more deep breath in. And exhale, lift. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, reach the arm all the way up and back. Almost through here. Keep a strong bend in the left leg. You got it. Keep breathing. And exhale, come on back to your warrior two. Finally straightening that front leg. Give your hips a teeny tiny little wiggle. Hands to the hips. Soft bend in that front knee. Lift up the right heel. Spiral onto the ball of the right foot. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Press the hands into the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And exhale, hips all the way up and back. Pressing your hands down into the mat, carrying your breath all the way up to your belly. And begin to tiptoe your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Find a soft bend at the knees, allow the crown of the head to hang heavy, grab opposite elbows.
Find as much of a bend in your knees as you need to find your belly to thigh connection. One more deep breath in. And exhale, roll all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Taking a couple shoulder rolls back. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Make sure the feet are hips width distance apart. Begin to engage the legs, squeezing the glute muscles, standing up nice and tall. Inhale, arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Begin to sink your hips back like you're sitting into your imaginary chair. Feel the belly button pulling into your spine, shoulder blades sliding down your back. Maybe lift up the toes a little bit, see what that does to the arches of your feet. And if you did so when we did this the last time, feel free to add in that nice little arm lift. And if you didn't do it on the other side, or last time, feel free to add them in here. See how that added challenge feels. And if you notice when you lift your arms, you could have really swayed back. Go ahead and take them out, straighten out that back, and feel free to keep the hands at heart center. If you feel like you could be here all day, sink those hips a little lower. We'll all hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight shifts into the right leg, left foot steps back about 3 to 4 feet. You're going to spiral the left heel down so that the pinky toe side of your foot is parallel with the back of the mat, and find a strong bend in the right leg. Allow the tailbone to tuck under, belly button pulls into the spine, and bring the arms out to shoulder height. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, continue grounding down through the pinky toe sides of both feet. The front knee is pressing off to the right. Feeling the strength in the arms. Inhale, shift the right arm forward. Exhale, lower the right arm down, lift the left arm up. Continue breathing down to your belly. One more big breath in. And exhale, lift. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, scooping. And reach it all the way up and back. Breathing through the right side body. And return back to your warrior two, squeezing your shoulder blades together, pressing the front knee to the right, tucking the belly button in. Let your breath make its way all the way down to your belly. Breathing nice and deep. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower right forearm down, lift left arm up. Continue breathing, opening up the chest, creating space along the collarbone. One more inhale, and exhale, lift. Inhale, shift the weight forward, begin to scoop that right arm, and reach it all the way up and back. Allowing the breath to move along the right side body, grounding into the pinky toe sides of both feet, almost through, in 3, 2, 1. Return to your warrior two, and straighten the front leg, finding a little bit of relief, a little hip wiggle. Lower the hands down onto the hips, find a soft bend in the right leg, and begin to spiral your weight on the left leg so that you come onto the ball of the left foot. Begin to hop the left foot up to meet the right. Do a little step side to side. Give those hips a little bit of a release. And find stillness. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hands press into the shins, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Press the palms down into your mat, step back to a high plank. Another breath in, and exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and exhale, hips all the way up and back. Press your fingertips down into the earth. Begin to shift your weight into the left foot and sweep the right leg up and back. Press through the right heel, keep the right foot lifted as you shift your weight forward to a high plank. Pull the right knee into your chest and press it up and back. Feel free to keep the foot pointed or flexed, just as long as you have activity going all the way to the toes. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Pull the right knee to the right elbow. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, come forward, right knee, left elbow. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, forward knee to chest. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, right knee, left elbow. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, up and back. Step the right foot down onto your mat. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips up and back. Press your fingertips down into the earth. Inhale, sweep the left leg up and back, press through the heel. Another breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, shift the weight forward, bring the knee into the chest. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, come forward, left knee, left elbow. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, left knee, right elbow. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, knee to left elbow. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, knee to right elbow. Exhale, up and back. Last one, inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, up and back. Lower the left foot down. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips up and back. Lower your knees down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. And press your hips back for a child's pose. Continuing to melt the hips back to the wall behind you. Stretching those arms out long onto the mat in front of you. Maybe even wiggling your fingertips a little bit further. Notice your breath making its way all the way down your back and allowing you to melt your hips even further back. If your forehead is easily resting on the earth, go ahead and gently rock it side to side. Begin to inhale, slowly roll on up. Finding your way back to your tabletop position. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and go ahead and bring the forearms down onto your mat. Elbows are beneath of the shoulders and wrists are in line with the elbows. Make sure you feel the belly button pulling into the back of your spine. Begin to tuck your toes under. Push your forearms down into your mat. Lift your knees up and reach your hips all the way up and back. Feel free to keep as much of a bend in your knees here as you need. Feel the hips lifting up to the sky, opening the chest towards your legs. Continue to carry your breath up to your belly. And walk the feet back, finding your way to a low plank. Rounding through the space in the shoulders. Begin to drop your heels to your left and place the right hand down on the mat. Trying to stack one hip on top of the other, and if you're able, bring your right hand to your right hip. Keep your gaze down at the left forearm, reaching the hips up to the sky, squeezing the shoulder blades back, and hold for 5, 4, 3, you got this, 2, and 1. Right forearm lowers, heels lift up, pull the belly button tight into the spine, drop the heels to the right, left hand rests on the mat, and then bring it to your hip. Gazing down at the forearm, stacking the hips one on top of the other, lifting them away from the earth, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left forearm lowers. Bring those feet in as close as possible, returning to your dolphin pose, opening the chest towards your legs. And begin to lower the knees down onto the mat. Untuck the toes and press the hips back for a child's pose. Bring your arms along the sides of your body to create an openness in the space between the shoulder blades. Feel the breath making its way down to your belly. And begin to slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. Finding your way to a comfortable kneeling position. Begin to lift all the way up. If you have sensitive knees, feel free to place a blanket or give your mat a little extra fold and put that beneath the knees. Find those knees at hips width distance. So if you take your 2 fists together and place them between the knees, should be perfect distance for you. Feel the tailbone beginning to tuck, pushing the hips forward, tightening the glute muscles. Hips are stacked right over the knees. Feel free to keep those toes tucked or untucked, whichever feels better for you. Feel the abdomen engaging while relaxing the ribs. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, lift the chest up, and you can begin to bring your hands to your opposite shoulders or bring the arms out directly in front of you. Whichever one, you're still lifting the collarbone up to the sky. Feeling those hips engaging even more, squeezing the glute muscles, and begin to lean back, maintaining this perfectly long line from the crown of your head all the way down to your knees. Find that spot where you start to shake and lift back up, and lower down, and lift, and lower, lift, lean back, lift up. 4 more, engage those glutes, lean back, and lift, and 3, lift, 2, lift, and last one, and lift. Bring your hands down onto the mat in front of you. Find your way back to that tabletop position. Pulling the belly button into your spine. And find that neutral back body once again. Begin to shift your weight into the right hand. Extend the left arm forward. And extend the right leg back. Ground the right hip to the earth. Begin to simultaneously lift. Left arm, right leg. Crunch the elbow in to meet the knee, and extend. And crunch, and extend. 3 more, bring it in, extend it long. into the left hand. Walk the right fingertips out. Extend the left leg back. Ground the left hip. Simultaneously lift. Right arm, left leg. Begin to crunch elbow in to meet the knee. And extend. Crunch it in. And extend. 3 more. Last 2. And final 1. Lower arm and leg. Back to your tabletop. Paw the hands out. Create space between the tips of the fingers. Begin to tuck the toes under. Push the hips back. Press the palms into the mat. Lift the knees up off the earth. And reach your hips all the way up and back. Allow your breath to make its way all the way up to the hips. Find stillness through the grounding of the hands, the lifting of the hips all the way up to the sky. Noticing the strength along the spine, the stability in those arms and legs. Begin to shift your weight into your left foot and sweep the right leg all the way up and back. Exhale, shift the weight forward, pulling the right knee into your chest, and drop that right foot off at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, bring those arms out wide to the side like airplane wings. Begin to lower the left arm and lift the right. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feel free to wiggle the left toes back a little bit. Opening up the chest. Lifting the right arm. Grounding the hips. And lower the right hand down to the earth. Press both palms down into your mat. Step back to a high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips up and back. Begin to sweep the left leg up and back. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, pulling the left knee into your chest. Drop the left foot off at the top of the mat and begin to lift all the way up to the sky. Bring the hands down to heart center. Begin to reach the crown of the head forward. Extend those arms out wide to the side, airplane wings. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drop the right arm, lift the left. Squeezing the blades, opening the chest. Letting the breath make its way down to your belly. And lower the left arm down. Press both palms down into your mat. Step back to a high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips up and back. Begin to tiptoe your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Soft bend at the knees. Take some big, slow breaths all the way down to the depths of the belly. And slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. Take a couple shoulder rolls back. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Begin to sweep the right leg up and back. Exhale, shift the weight forward, pulling the right knee into your chest. And drop the right foot off at the top of the mat. Lift on up, bringing the arms all the way up to the sky. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, arms out wide to the sides. Another breath in. And exhale, lower left arm, lift right. Drop the hips to the earth. Open the chest up. Finding the rotation in your upper spine, the thoracic spine. And lower right arm down. Step right foot back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, sweep the left leg all the way up and back. Exhale, shift the weight forward, pulling left knee into your chest. And drop the left foot off at the top of the mat. Inhale all the way up. Arms reach to the sky. Another breath in. And breathe out. Hands come down to the heart. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, arms come out to the sides. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lower right arm, lift left. Opening up through the collarbone. Strengthen the arms. Extension through the fingertips. Press the right heel back. One more breath in. And exhale, lower left arm down. Step left foot back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest up. Allow the thighs to relax down onto your mat. Soft bend at the elbows. And slide the forearms onto the earth. Shoulder blades squeezing back. Shoulder tops dropping away from the ears. Feeling length along the back of your body. And finding a soft gaze. Begin to bring your hands back beneath the shoulders. Use the strength of your arms to lift your torso up. And lift the hips off the ground as well. Walk your legs around and bring yourself to a comfortable seat. All right, let's go ahead and extend those legs and bring them so that the soles of your feet are flat on your mat. Want to have a strong bend in the legs. Begin to lift the chest up and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now let's go ahead and make some L shapes with our hands. We're going to hook them right behind the knees so that the thumbs are on the outsides of the knees. Take another big breath in, feel the chest lifting. And as you exhale, begin to place just the tips of your toes down onto the mat. Now maybe today this is where you want to remain, focusing on the length in the spine. If you feel comfortable here, you can begin to lift your feet up. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. If you're comfortable here, let's go ahead and bring both hands behind the right leg and extend the left leg long. Stick with me here. We're going to take the left hand only behind the right leg and extend the right arm out to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Everything comes back in. Remember, you can also come back here at any point and hold this. Okay? Now if you did that last side, you're gonna do it on the other side. Both hands behind, left leg, extend right leg long. Just the right hand around the left thigh and extend the left arm out to the side. Keep both of the legs off the earth. Keep the spine lifting. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Both hands, both legs. Bring everything in. And relax the feet down onto the earth. Wrap your hands around your shins. Make like a nice little egg shape. Begin to slowly roll on up and find your way to an easy seat. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to trace our fingertips over to the right. Release the right hand down to the ground. And breathe through the left side body. One more deep breath in. And exhale, lift. Bringing the right arm back up to meet the left. Inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, bend to your left side. Lower left arm down to the earth. Continue breathing through the right side body. One more big breath in. And exhale, lift. Bring the hands down to the heart. Lift the crown of the head a little higher. And as we take our next exhale, we're going to twist to our right. Release left hand to the outside of the left knee, and right hand just comes behind you for a little kickstand. Drop the shoulders away from your ears, sit up nice and tall, and breathe down to your belly. One more big breath in. And exhale, come on back to center. Hands back at the heart. Inhale, sit a little taller. Exhale, twist to your left. Release the right hand to the outside of the left leg. And left arm behind you for a little kickstand. Looking over the left shoulder. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Let the breath move down to your belly. One more big breath in. And exhale back to center. Take a couple shoulder rolls back. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Go ahead and look down to which way you have your legs. You're going to take that foot that's further away from your body and slide it out just a little bit. And then begin to fold forward. So you should feel a really nice stretch along the IT band of the left leg. And so the IT band is right along the outside of the thigh. So it's right on the side. So you should be feeling it in the left leg. Maybe you're feeling it a little bit more in the hip, which is great too. And if you're not feeling too much of a stretch, play around with the distance of this left foot to the body. So try having it a little further away from you, a little closer, and see where that placement is best for you to get a really nice yummy stretch in the left leg. Breathing all the way down to your belly. And slowly roll on up. Let's take this foot that's further out, bring it closer into the body, and slide the other leg further out. And once again, fold forward. Imagine that you can carry your breath all the way down to your hips. Feel your breath moving down to your belly. One more inhale here. And let's exhale, slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. And find your way to whatever kind of comfortable seat you would like. Maybe crisscross applesauce, maybe kneeling, whatever feels good for you. Feel yourself sitting up really nice and tall, squeezing the shoulder blades back, allowing those hips to ground into the earth, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. And allow your eyes to close. Allow your hands to rest on your thighs or your knees. And let your breath easily just flow throughout your torso. Not forcing it to move in any particular direction. Just simply noticing it. Feel the legs and the hips making contact with your mat. Notice the strength and the softness in your belly. Feel the lift along the back of your spine, allowing you to reach the crown of your head up a little higher to the sky above. Notice your shoulders are relaxing away from your ears. And feel the chest gently rising and falling as you breathe. Notice the heaviness of the arms and the warmth coming from the palms of your hands. Begin to recall in your mind's eye something that's happened to you in the past 24 hours that you're grateful for. Maybe it was the cup of coffee you had. Maybe it was spending a little bit of extra time with some family. Whatever that thing might be, no matter how small or large, think of that moment. Think of the feeling of gratitude you had in your heart, the simple bliss that you had for being in that moment, and give thanks that it happened. Know that your breath is always here for you to come back to reconnect. Allowing you to reconnect with the breath is giving yourself time to reconnect with the present moment. You can use your breath to find stillness in your day. And make it a practice of appreciating those little moments of gratitude. Let's all inhale, sweep our arms all the way up and overhead. And as we exhale, we'll bring our hands down to heart center. Take another big breath in. And exhale out. Another inhale. Exhale, release. And our final breath together, this practice, we'll breathe in. And breathe out. Namaste. Thank you all again very, very much for taking time to practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed this Sunrise Fitness flow, and if you really liked it, feel free to send it with any of your friends who you think might want to practice with you. Again, my name is Ali, also known as the Freckled Yogi. So you can find me on social media. All of my handles are freckled_yogi.
and my website is freckledyogi.com. So thanks again to Luna Yoga, Luna Yoga Frederick. And so we are in downtown Frederick, and I hope that you're soon able to come and practice with us again in the studio. But for the time being, please continue to practice along with us on our Facebook Live videos and our other YouTube classes as well. Namaste.